Anything in particular? Like my ESP is amazing. So in my own bed. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to start sitting on something because we'll stay seated for a few moments after we center. Make yourself very comfortable. Oh, what's that? And let's begin. Good. Let's start by taking the hands together. Take an inhale, exhale. And we'll start to just turn the hands in any way that feels good. Meaning it could be very big, it could be very small. And as you do this, now let your jaw drop, your eyes get a little heavier, maybe they close. And reverse this circling. Just waking up the wrists and moving and churning the energy in front of your heart. And then let the hands rest, palms up or palms down. And take a moment to assess how you're sitting and you're comfortable. Bring the hands to the heart, but just before you do that, when you bring your hands together at your heart, also welcome yourself to your practice. Integrate your thoughts and the action. As you're ready, you'll inhale. Welcome yourself, join the palms. We'll chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Letting your chin slightly, releasing your hands if you wish, or keeping them here. Settle into this body. Seeing any places that feel a little tense. Welcoming these parts to your practice. Maybe even naming them. Seeing your hands. And gently open your eyes, maybe halfway. Okay, so you change your legs as often as you need to. I'm just going to start with this circling. And feel that it's like, the heart is being moved and it's embracing all the directions. Hands wherever you need them. Let your breath be burst. You could even go so slow. Warming these parts up and bringing them in. And we'll just go back to the first direction. And you feel the spine rotating and flexing. Feel your shoulders gently moving. And then reverse and go back to that opposite direction. We'll go one time in each direction. Again, it could be very smooth. And then bringing yourself to center, we're going to take a side to side. So you can even start swaying once you're here. Let the head gently move. And then we'll add the arms. So whichever side, let the hand come down, reach the other one up. And you'll just roll yourself over. Just find your little dance and arcing the sun, arcing the rainbow, arcing the energies above you. Just gently moving and opening. Continuing this idea of welcoming all the parts to your practice. Maybe a few more. This one be your last time on each side. And then we'll bring it just to sit in center for a moment, maybe the palms up this time. Lengthen yourself as much as you can. Feel the heart lift, shoulders drop, maybe the sacrum, tailbone dropping down a little bit, almost this line from tailbone to crown of head. Bring your hands to your heart, interlace your fingers, flip the palms, inhale and reach up. Good. And we'll do this side to side. And you can have the hands interlaced. You can also hold opposite elbows and feel free to see what feels more welcoming. Good. And come to your center and reach out, separate your hands, reach up. Bring the palms together, exhale all the way down, stopping at the heart. Opposite interlace the fingers, inhale, reach up. And again, you can hold the hands like this or elbows. We're going to start to do this, bring it all together. Just start a circle. The head is tucking, the shoulders. You need to bring your arms down and do that and feel it. That actually feels really nice. Bring the arms down and up, and I can do that. Oh yeah. Okay. Go slow. Move with your breath. And then we'll reverse. Start to find this on the opposite side. What you're doing. For one time in each direction. And then as you come back to your center, reach up, elongate, stretch your fingers, bring the hands together and exhale all the way down. Let's go all the way. Take your hands to your thighs, palms down, and just feel all those sensations and the energetics. And you did that. Okay. We're going to take twists now side to side. So sit how you need to. And we'll just start to turn to the right. We'll inhale and then just switch as you exhale. And it could be very slow. Something about even moving really slow. This is something we do all the time. But if you do it slow, you feel, oh, which parts are coming in. Sometimes it becomes more about the hands making the action to happen, but right there at the core. Okay, I'm gonna do one more on each side here. And we'll come to the right side. Gonna hang out there a few times, and once the hands come down, it does change things a little bit. We'll bring in a little bit of flossing and turn your head side to side. Reading something about I was reading about the vagus nerve, and this little thing that you're just turning your head, and such a good release. The vagus nerve is the nerve that the fight or flight. Okay, and we'll just hang out on the right side for a few moments. If you're in it, here's just the playtime. As you find your twist, see if you can take your hands off the floor and keep it. You can do it. And then release. Let's pause and center for a moment. It's always fun to feel what's happening. Inhale. And we'll twist to the left. I got it. Twist to the left. Good. And then find your flossing. Turning the head. Good. And then we'll rest on the left side for a few minutes. Go and play, take your hands off the floor. See what happens. And release. Pause. Breathe. And we'll stretch the legs out in front. Give them a little good morning. Maybe massage your legs. Welcome them. Good. Well, let's do a little feet. So we'll just move the feet around. You can let your legs go. And then we'll pause on the center of your heels and spread your toes. And for some people this is you can do it right from no problem. Spread the toes. For some of us, we really have to work it. So drop your jaw. One more moment. Good. Okay, let's bring the feet I'm going to go into Baddha Konasana, and just to give a foot massage. So if the knees are up, that's all okay. Massaging the sole of the foot. Bye. Good. Okay. Sweet. We're going to set up for lying down, and we're going to have all the goodies. Hard to say today. all the goodies. So you're going to have your bolster. Let's have your 2 blocks, your strap nearby, and I'm going to put one blanket down for the head, and I'll put one down to lie on. And she can, okay. All right, and then we're here. So this blanket I have under the head, you need more. Roll it up. Okay. All right, let's start with, once you're here, just stretch your legs out. And we'll start with the arms, just as like Shavasana, like you do. So arms just out to the side, palms up. Let your feet just flop for a moment and settle in. Okay, and then take your attention to the tops of your shoulders. I'm just going to lift and lower the tops of the shoulders, like reaching up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Intimate shoulder flossing. So just do this a few times. I'm getting lots of cracks. So share that. If you're hearing that, so you're in good company. Okay. And then let the shoulders just rest. Good. Okay. I'm going to take the arms, reach up to the sky, take them over your head. And then you might even lift them up a little bit, get longer through your arms, bring them down, and start to flex your feet, rest on the center of the heel if you can. And just stretch yourself like you're just waking up, you're stretching. Maybe you do a little hip walking, so let's say left arm, left leg extend more, the right side crunches a bit, and then you do the opposite side, like you're a mime climbing a ladder or something. Some legs would bend for that, but I'm not going to overthink it. Just stretching one side and the other. And then give a nice big stretch in two directions. Then as you exhale, bring the arms back down by your sides, palms up, let the feet flop. You're going to bend the knees, put the feet on the floor for fun. You can say, oh, can I do it at the same time? Just for fun. And then we'll move to windshield wiper. Let's bend the elbows, rest your hands on your body. So they just kind of slide side to side. An opportunity to send love into your guts. I love you. Thank you. Okay, so here's something we do quite often. I'm going to really slow it down. And maybe you start moving with the breath in some way. It's really slow. So we are really feeling the body underneath your hands, slow movement. And tune into the parts of you connecting to the floor. Maybe something has to move a little differently to make this happen really slow. And if you really tune in, you'll feel that in like the lower pelvis area is doing most of this work. Okay, the next time these knees drop out to the right, we're going to hang out here in twist, and the arms can now stay on your body to open up to the side. And you can also change the position of your legs. You want to bring the knees up. Go a little more into, actually, let's do that. Let's bring the knees up like we do in regular old twist. Take a few breaths. Okay, let's do 2 more breaths. Let's take the arms overhead. We'll reach the arms. And then flow your way to the second side. So you might separate that top knee over, roll onto your back, and then you might need a moment to kind of adjust everything, and then drop over the opposite side. And then we'll bring that right knee on top of the left knee. And drop in. You can take the arms overhead, stretch them, open the palms, open the fingers, and 2 full filling breaths. Okay, and then we'll flow our way back onto your back. Make your adjustments. You're going to bring the knees into the chest. Maybe you hug on the knees or behind the thighs. And just rock yourself gently side to side. Okay, let's keep the right knee in, and we'll lower the left leg to the floor. And then you can stretch the left leg out all the way if you wish. Just draw this in and out. Good massage for this side of your tummy. Okay, and we're going to hug this in as tight as you can. I'm going to release the right hand for a moment. Let the right knee kind of move away. Take the right hand to your tummy. And as if you're drawing all these guts over to the right side, and then bring that knee in. So you're just creating more space as much as you can. And the hands might walk down. You're just going to make it so tight. And as you hold it tight, drop your jaw, drop even the belly. Like just let it do what it does. Be in this compression. The fingers are working. Maybe the shoulders can relax a little bit. Okay, draw it in really tight. One more breath as tight as you can. And then release. And the arms can go overhead or out to the side. Let the leg come out. I can say so many things that this practice is about. What was just going to come out of my mouth was, it's all about the energy and the energetics and the sensations. And it's also all about the feet. Okay, let's bring that left knee in. If you need to bend the right leg, do that. And then just draw it in and out a few times. Just kind of warming up this side for some good, deep inner work. And I'm going to release the left hand. Just going to make some space. Grab the left side of the belly and push it down. Draw it out so I can bring this thigh in a little tighter, maybe. I'm going to say maybe because it might not happen. It might not have any connection with your thigh there, but you're bringing it as close as you can. So you're working the edge. And so I'm really going to hug this in as tight as I can, and then focus on softening the things that don't need to be working. So yes, the tummy might be getting compression, but it can soften back to the back. Maybe the outer hip can soften. You take one breath, you're going to hug it in as tight as you can. And then release, come back to this Shavasana state for a moment. Okay, we're going to bend the knees, feet to the floor, maybe at the exact same time. Bring them down. Now, my heels are resting on this blanket. Maybe your feet are on your blanket. We're going to lift and lower the hips. So if you need more connection, just take the blanket out from underneath the feet. It could stay there too. It's all fine. Okay, I'm going to bend the elbows, anchor them by the sides, and then take these top shoulders that we were lifting and lowering, anchor them towards the floor. Lift your head, lengthen the back of your neck and put it down. And then you're fully connected here. Exhale, soften that belly. As you inhale, we'll press into the feet, start to lift the tail. We'll come up as high as you like. And exhale, lower down. And the arms now, maybe they want to rest by their sides. Maybe they're going to flow up as the hips lift. And they'll come back down as the hips lower. Okay, so we're going to do this, I'm not going to even say a number. Just continue on. You know this. And if you choose here to maybe slow it down, bring in a different kind of challenge into something you do, I want to say regularly, with some regularity. If that pillow we put under the head is bothering your neck, just pull it out. Feel this spinal movement, this flexion, whatever the opposite of flexion is right now. Something.
Rigid.
Okay. Let's do one or two or maybe 5 more. And if you want to stay in the up for a few moments, and just be in this lift, and the thighs are working. This is good work. I'm going to lift the toes up off the floor. Anchor the feet. So if you're lifted, you're already down and resting. That is beautiful too. One more breath. And then lower down if you're still up. So we'll stretch the legs out, arms down, just take this pseudo shavasana. Feel into those energetics. Good. Okay. Let's take our strap. So find your strap, and we're going to put the strap over the right foot. You can have the left leg bent if you like. Could be straight out. This is where we're going. We're just gonna hang out here for a little bit. Shoe shine just comes in naturally. With that, shine the soul, soul shine, shine your soul, and then find your place here. You can play with the foot a little bit, see if you can flex it more. You're just bringing in more muscle stuff. Okay, now when we have the legs straight, little muscle here, big muscle, little muscle, thick muscle, really has to come in. So if you bend your knee, see, oh, does that give you relief? So a little bend, I can't even see, I have a straight leg, yeah, there you can see. Straight leg, but if I put a micro bend in, then this can relax a little bit. See if that works for you. So you are looking for places of discomfort where you can invite in the comfort. Not always easy to do in real life off the mat. That I mentioned the vagus nerve is fight and flight. And sometimes, when we're in these kinds of places where you into your discomfort, you're like, my discomfort is making me uncomfortable. And you just want to get out. And sometimes you need to give yourself permission to get out. And sometimes you have to find a way in. Welcome yourself to your practice. Okay, let's go to the most discomfort. So take both ends of the strap into the left hand. I'm just going to cross it over just a little bit without lifting the right hip. Then once you're here, you're in it. So I'm going to flex the foot a little bit. I'm going to turn the heel as if it's turning out to the right. So it's going to turn the inner leg in. And that might give me something else. And then we'll play with the bending of the knee, softening of the jaw, welcoming yourself. Welcome, outer leg. Welcome back, cat. Okay, take the leg all the way up. Let's open the strap and we'll give the leg its side to side, but we'll use the strap on the sole of the foot. And the leg can bend too, Actually, if we bend the leg, it becomes more of the hip movement. So that sounds fun. Okay, good stuff. Great. Let's come back up one more time. Just so you've done that. So we'll just be here. Take a few breaths. Okay. And then we'll release the leg. I'm just going to drop the strap on the tummy, take the arms out, take a pseudo shavasana moment. Okay. And then left leg. And we can start again with a little shining sole of your foot massage. Okay, and then we'll settle in. Welcome left leg, left foot, left heel, left back of knee. And feeling into the hip connection and the screaming at you, talking to you. When I say hip, that could be outer hip, inner hip. Going to put a micro bend in this knee. Feel what releases from that. So playing with the foot, just looking for new, exciting things to wake up. Okay. Take both straps into your right hand. Left hand can rest in the hip crease or out to the side, and we'll cross the left leg over. Just enough. Play with the foot, maybe turn the heel. So it's softening the belly, the shoulders. joys of practice, because I remember the first time I did this, bring the leg up, and we'll go to the side to side. First time I did that, I was like, "Ah." It was so painful. So if maybe you can remember the first time you did it, you had a similar experience in anything. And then how things start to, oh, okay. You want me to do that. I know that. That's my good friend. Leg lifted over to the side. Good. Okay. And then we'll just come back to that scooped up Padagustasana A, or leg lifted, first step. Okay, let's take the right leg. We'll put both legs in here. You can hold on to your strap. You can wind your hands in the strap. And I'm just going to play a little bit. Just move them forward and back. All the way. Oh, yeah. Could even slow it down. Oh, it's all just good warm up. The legs up the wall. Okay. Great. Well, let's bring the legs up and let the feet come out so you're holding the ends of your strap. So they're not going to go super wide. I have a small strap here. You can go as wide as you like, and then focus on the inner edges of your feet. Can you push them up into the strap? Sorry, I said inner edges. I meant outer edges. Outer edges, where the bones are. Push them into the strap. The toes are flexed. Drop your shoulders. You can have your knees bent if you prefer. It's going to release something else. Okay. And then we'll take the legs out. Release your strap up to the side. Let's grab your block or two blocks. So we're going to put the sacrum on the block. We're going to rest into that. So whatever height you like. You can have the blocks on top of each other. And I'm going to go right to the highest height. Two blocks. It's for more support. So you have your sacrum resting. So here, you widen your feet. Maybe your toes need to turn out slightly just to give some hip space, or you can pigeon toe. You play with what feels good. You might not need anything under your head here if you're lifted quite high. And here we are in our upside down. Feet on the floor. And close your eyes, rest your gaze. Giving everything an opportunity to flow in a different direction. The head is resting on the floor. Soften your eyes. And we're literally giving the brain a chance to not be the head. You think about how you feel, how you're lying. Which parts are lifted? Who's leading? Heart, even the belly brain lifted. Head rest. You need to lower your height or change anything, do that. We're here for another 5 breaths. Can you treat this like Shavasana? It's melting to the floor, it's surrendering to this shape. You soften the back of your neck, your eyes. Take one more breath and then slowly find your way out. If you were on the highest height or even the second height, maybe you want to rest on the lowest height for a moment just so you come out slowly. Maybe just 2 or 3 breaths there. And then we'll come all the way down. Okay, we're going to come back to windshield wiper just for a few moments. Just to roll on the sacrum, roll onto the hips. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's stay where you are. Grab your bolster. We'll just stay on the floor for a moment. I'm gonna lift the hips and put the bolster down where the blocks are underneath the sacrum. I just want to move into cat-cow, and we're going to use the bolster for that. So it could be up a little higher, could be down a little lower. Knees are bent, and you're just going to roll into your cat-cow. Just moving. And so you might bring the bolster up a little bit, so the tail might be dropping off. And I'm just going to do, feeling that this is about, what's this about? Well, the hips and the ribs coming together and moving apart. Let's say that. Right now, that's what it's about. And you can put your hands, find your hip bone and your ribs, feel them draw together apart. Good. Okay, and then we're going to rest on the bolster. I'm going to pull the bolster up so it's more into the upper back and the tail's dropping off, so it's more of a back bend. If that's not happy for you at all, then you just move the bolster down. If you want to stretch your legs out here, that's up to you. You're going to take your arms over your head, or out to the side, or above the shoulders. And pause. So if we went too deep, you always bend the knees. Shift the bolster down. Okay, so I'm just going to take 2 more breaths here. Nice full, welcoming breaths. Okay, bend the knees, you straighten the legs, come back. Take the bolster, maybe move it into a slight, maybe up or down, whichever one. We're going to do windshield wiper here. And depending on where you have the bolster, it might just be more of a side to side. The shifting in the ribs, whatever it is, just massaging. Okay, and then we'll come to center. I'm going to lift the hips. Push the bolster all the way down, come down. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock side to side. Maybe the knees want to come out into almost like a more child's pose shape. So feet towards each other, knees out. Geez, I want to get to legs at the wall, but now I'm like, I think I need an egg beater. So if I need one, I can't be the only one. So I'm just going to find an egg beat, and I'm going to put my hands underneath the hips. So if you want to do that, go ahead. You can also put the bolster back if you need to. We'll just egg beat these legs a few times, and then the opposite way. Practice unfolds as it should. I always believe that. Even though if I told you what I had planned today, you'd be like, what? That sounds so nice, but hopefully this was nice. Okay, I'm going to roll to the side. We'll come up. We're going to move into legs up the wall. And that could be as far away or as close to the wall as you want to be. The closer you are to the wall, obviously the more vertical your legs are. Okay, so I'm just going to So I put my bolster right by the wall. I've got this blanket down, and I'm going to take this here. Just put it, go underneath the back. Your strap. So I'm gonna have the strap. Let's make a loop, and then I'm gonna put that. It's gonna go just about the middle of the shins here, just to hold the legs, but not hold them tight together. Okay. For me, and this over and a little over, and oh, I came so far away from the wall. It works. Shuffling is always kind of a challenge. Do it on camera. Okay. I'm so excited. All right. I'm going to put the strap in, and I have space between the legs, just honoring the space between the hips. And then You need a blanket to cover yourself. Do that, and we're just going to rest here and allow this idea of shifting gravity. With the soles of the feet towards the sky. Coming back to this idea of welcome, body, to this shape. Hope you enjoy your stay. Softening. Maybe starting right at the third eye, imagining that third eye can rest right to the back of the head. And it invites your two eyes to drop. And feeling the nostrils soften. The cheeks soften. Letting the tongue rest in your mouth. Back of the tongue resting. The back of the throat. Feeling the back of your heart resting, and you imagining the back of the heart standing out through your arms, your wing space. Unseen wings. Resting. Fingers, the hands. Hip space, the pelvic floor. The center of your core. Upper core center. This way, as we're resting here, if you need to change the shape of your legs, it's fine to give yourself permission to do what you need to, so you can keep inviting in this welcoming of all parts. Putting your mind, soles of your feet lifted skyward. Imagining this good energy that you have filled your space with. Feel the vibrational energy in the soles of your feet, the spaces of your toes. Feeling that good energy just down through your legs. It's sucking it up into your pelvic floor, your core. You as giver and receiver. Acknowledging many places, welcoming them to this shape, softening what you can. Final few breaths here, settling, noticing, welcoming all the sensations. Feel like tingling in your legs, in the soles of your feet. Welcome it. Will come out slowly just by wiggling fingers and toes, maybe wrists and ankles. Make your way out. So I'm going to bend the knees and just wiggle myself back off the bolster. Roll to the side and come up and just take a few moments here. We just shifted everything one way and take a moment to just sit and feel that pouring of energy. Ooh, I take my hands up, I can actually feel that, the energetics. So we're going to move into Shavasana. We're going to do a Supta Baddha Konasana, unconventional, but that's what I'm going to do. So if you'd like to do that, then I'll take the blocks and put the bolster over the box. But really welcome to do whatever works here. And I'll put something underneath each knee or thigh. So whatever you plan, you want to lie down, great. You take this, great. You want to go back to the legs up the wall, it's fine. Just in a place where you can hold still. So if you're doing the blocks under the bolster, you feel like the back of the heart is supported and the head is supported. Shifting. So as long as you're in a shape that makes you go, ah, then you got it. So, value in savoring these restful poses. I know most of us do, we love them. That these restful poses are obviously a place to rest into, to gather your energies. We're not expanding or expelling, we're gathering it in. We're storing it. And when we do these restorative poses of Shavasana for 10 minutes, like we're going to do, then you are literally creating energy for whatever you need it for, whatever you have planned for your day. It's there. Rest into all you are. Welcome yourself to this moment. As much as you can. You are the giver and the receiver. Shavasana. consciously walking in more deeply, softening eyes, ears, nose, inside of your cheeks, through the vision. Core of you. Then you soften your core, melt it to the floor as it drops. Stay your rest. Continue to explore. Take that time when you come out, starting with the breath. Waking yourself up very gently, welcoming everything back. Return. You set up on your bolster on the blocks. Just remember your own height. When it comes time to roll over, you remember that. And stay with this awakening. It's precious time. You come to your sit, your hands can go anywhere. I'm going to put one on my heart and one on that belly space. We started with a welcoming, and now we're at the end of our practice, and just gratitude. Showing up, for having a body that can move. For embracing all that is. It's all we can do. this idea of gratitude as we bring the hands together, just pausing and bringing that in. Doesn't need to be more than I am grateful. Ooh, as I say the word grateful, and I just think full of great. Yes, we are grateful. Let's own into that. Inhale.
Oh.
Breathe all your great into your hands and hold it there, nice and full. And then offer it to yourself, this great reminder. Yes. Powerful hands, powerful body, powerful hands, powerful breath, powerful presence, and powerful. Thank you, my friends. So much love and gratitude and grateful for each of you sharing this space. Have a great rest of today. Mwah. See you next week. Much love.